I wanted to talk about generalized aches and pains and the regenerative treatments that we offer at Live Oak Testosterone. My first job as a nurse practitioner was in orthopedic surgery. I loved it. It's still probably my favorite subset of all the specialties. I loved doing joint injections in the office. I was able to first assist in the operating room where we did total joints, we did trauma call. I got burned out from staying till 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, coming back to the hospital and rounding at 8 a.m. the next day and doing that day in and day out, taking trauma call. I just kind of got burned out and I couldn't see myself doing that for an entire career, but I still love it. And so we do a couple things, and I want to kind of give you my approach to aches and pains and how I approach them. So a lot of times, first, I like you to just do physical therapy. If you have a joint pain, let's say knee pain, strengthening above and below the joint of pain provides a lot of relief. And people can get into this kind of negative cycle of it hurts, so I don't move it, so now it becomes weak, so it hurts more, and now I'm compensating in other ways, and it's still weak and it still hurts. And so it's a negative downward spiral, where a lot of times if you get formal physical therapy, they can work on strengthening above and below the joint, restoring your mobility. And a lot of time that pain can be relieved. Even in meniscus tears, formal physical therapy has the same 6-week outcome as getting surgery right off the bat. So a lot of times I'm gonna want somebody to do physical therapy either before or after I do things. Sometimes you need a little bit of pain relief to really get more out of your physical therapy, and so that's where the interventions come in. A lot of times people are first putting steroids into joints. I do think steroids have utility in like bursa, subacromial bursitis, trochanteric bursitis. I think steroids do a great job at cooling that down, but steroids are catabolic, which means they break down tissue. So if somebody injects your knee with a steroid, yes, it feels better and provides quick pain relief, but you're accelerating the breakdown. So if you get more than 3 steroid injections in your knee in a lifetime, you're accelerating your rate to needing a total knee replacement. I offer PRP, and I think that's a little bit more long-term focused. It does not provide the quick relief that steroid injections do, but it's gonna help with the growth factors, the healing factors from the PRP to restore that. So what is PRP? PRP, you come in, we draw your blood, we spin it down, and when it separates, there is a liquid portion and the blood portion. And we take the liquid portion and it's filled with growth factors, healing factors, and that's what we inject back into the joint. I'll do that at times. A lot of times I'll start with our extracorporeal Shockwave machine. That sounds super intimidating. And what that is a machine that provides pulsed bullet-like shockwaves to the area of pain. We've had great results with it. And so like epicondylitis, which is a fancy term for tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, your body doesn't recognize that there's an injury there. And so people have pain 6 months, a year, and it doesn't ever really seem to improve. And so we go in and make a micro injury. This machine, there is mild discomfort, but it's very tolerable. It sounds intimidating, very tolerable. But it goes in and makes micro injuries and promotes growth factors, healing factors to that area so it can be cleaned up, and your body's like, oh, we got all this extra inflammation here, let's clean this up while we're here. A lot of times that helps. PRP kind of does the same thing. In epicondylitis specifically, I go in and pepper the bone a little bit, put it in there, and then you'll get continued healing from it. I was cautiously optimistic whenever I bought this. I saw there was plenty of studies that convinced me to want to bring it on, but I did not want to super promote it until I could actually see that it was providing good results. And it has even exceeded my expectations in a lot of areas. Achilles tendonitis, the guy was struggling with it for 3 to 4 months, and come in, I did 2 sessions and he's not had any reoccurrence. I've used it on elbows, shoulders, anywhere that you have a painful area, we can try it on. It's non-invasive, and typically we'll do 5 or 6 sessions, 1 session a week. So it's 5 or 6 weeks worth. and you'll continue to get benefits even 6 to 8 weeks later. That's like PRP as well. You don't get quite as quick as pain relief with the injection that you do of steroids, but PRP will help rebuild the cartilage and everything from the growth factors, healing factors in there. Other things, I've talked about BPC 157 before. That is another option that just helps with promoting healing and cleaning up inflammation into these areas. Low-dose naltrexone is something else that helps with pain. I've talked about it a couple times. It's specifically low dose, and it's almost kind of magical. If you use a big dose, it just covers all the receptors, no big deal. And we use that for alcohol abuse, opiate, or getting people off of alcohol and opiates. If you use these micro doses, it goes in, weakly binds, and then helps your body make another receptor. And so it goes in and does it again, another receptor. Now we have more receptors, it helps improve it. It's helping you make your own, essentially, opiates, endogenous opiate production. So it helps with pain, helps with sensitivity pain. It seems to improve autoimmune diseases as well. So it's really good in terms of Hashimoto's, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, really good for gut health. And so that's just another option that we have. And I'm also happy to send you to any of the physical therapists in town. If we do any of these treatments, I still get you to continue with your physical therapy to only get more out of them. Because if you're doing an injection and you feel better, and now you're doing physical therapy to get more strength, more mobility, that injection's gonna last longer. So if you have any questions over this, of course, text or call, and we can work with you on what would be best.